Welcome to this week's Down Home with Tina episode. It is number 200. That means I am on my 200th show. And I'm so excited, as you can see, to have special guest, little Brussels sprout, with me. He comes from the Fairfield Area Humane Society. I have Corey Schoonver with me. And the reason why I asked Corey to be with me is because Corey was my very first guest here on the show. Yes. So I have known Corey now for, we were trying to determine, I think it was late in 2010 or early 2011. Either way, it's basically from the very beginning when I started doing things like this and getting out in the media.
You're my second longest relationship, Tina. So I appreciate the flowers. That's awesome. You know, thank you very much.
Got your back anytime. Whoops. Anytime, Corey.
I brought you a puppy, you bring me flowers. This is our relationship.
It's been like this, you all, from the get-go. I knew I had a friend in Corey, I think one of the very first shows, because it was shortly after that, and radio is what it was, that we started doing the Humane. What was it?
Humane Society News.
Humane Society News. Yeah, that's it.
And we chuckle every time.
And then when I needed somebody for the talk show that was an hour daily show, you were the one I called. And why? It's because it's not that our lives were completely and absolutely parallel, but you could talk about anything just like I can pretty much talk about anything. Life, the Humane Society especially. But you have come so far with doing that. And me, just like even today after all these years, and now into doing TV for 4 years.
Yeah.
It's been a fun ride.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And we don't have a problem talking about whatever. I think that's,
why it worked
we've pretty
out.
well made fun of our kids, significant others, ourselves. Like if you can't do that, then what's
life? Then life is boring.
It's already struggle enough and frustrating enough. So if you can't laugh about it, then so
right.
I think it works. And again, when you bring me flowers every so often, I think,
and you bring me puppies.
Another 12 years should be fine.
A pleasant surprise to bring it.
Right. You didn't even know. You didn't even ask me to bring one. I think that was
shocking.
Like I came through for the 200th episode.
You know what? You really did. And I think that you've made strides and you've done so many great things. And what do you think, where have I come from? Because I always tell you how you have come so far and you've done. What are your thoughts? And guys, this is maybe opening a can of worms. From me in that very first time and having conversation and getting to know me to where I have gone today with the show. I mean, what are your thoughts about, like, even my personality? Because you mentioned years ago on radio, we need to have a camera in here the way the two of us talk.
Yeah,
the camera always scared me. So
I was thinking about it the other day when you're like, hey, you asked if I could be the guest for the 200th show, and I said, text you something along the lines of, well, obviously, and I should be the only one.
He did.
Just something like that. But I had been thinking about it since. Like, I should have been better prepared to actually have questions, so I would be doing the interviewing for your 200th episode, and I didn't get that prepared for it. But I think that's okay. So the reason it's always working, we never scripted anything. We have not. Anytime it's been on this show or been Humane Society News or whatever, we don't rehearse those things.
12 years, almost 13 years, we'll say about going on 13 years or more. We have never ever sat down and written out what it was that we were going to talk about.
No. Usually we can definitely run over. Usually someone's behind the camera waving at us like, hello, like where are we here? What are we doing? But I think, from the show to when my show was kind of ending and when you transitioned, and you're always so cheery regardless. That's a good thing, because I've come in a fairly bad mood. I'm like, okay, it's probably good that I saw Tina. So your cheer has always stayed the same, right? So even when you're trying new things. So I think for me, it's like, how do you, with your new ideas, new adventures, how do you always stay positive about that, or do you just, you fake it till you make it situation? I gotta know.
Honest to goodness, I think that I've always tried to see things in a way that it could always be worse. So I will usually, if something happens, I'm just like, I will laugh. And they say laughing, even if it's that, laugh.
Right.
Like this isn't funny, but I gotta laugh because I don't want to cry.
Yeah.
I really seriously, I think that's what it is. And I have really great friends in my life that if I just need a moment to just go, oh my goodness, then I can just vent. And then, because I think that we've vented before.
Yeah.
And things.
Sometimes I do it
but that
on
helps.
air. Yeah.
I think it's a natural way of just releasing something and getting it out, and then just trucking on. I just keep trucking on and going past, and getting through. I had a student ask me the same thing, Miss T, how do you always stay so positive? And I went on to tell him, you know what, it's making it a lifestyle of trying to find positivity in everything, even when you don't feel like there is any left. You've got to, because that's why my favorite word is hope. I think that's what helps me, is because I always have that hope, which goes hand in hand, I think, with trying to be positive.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, yeah.
I
passed the test now. I'm joking. That's really
I strive to be like Tina. So like when you got to wash it off, you're like, oh, you know what? What would Tina do? So it's funny. So the whole what would Tina do, I do that with my kids, or even at work with the staff. It's like, what would Corey do? And I need the bracelet. Like, I'm not trying to, steal that from others, but it's like, okay,
I'm like,
what would Tina do in this situation?
I cry.
That would probably
sometimes.
work.
I do have I pray a lot. Corey, you know this, I
Yeah.
think already. I do pray a lot, and when I do have really bad moments, like when my dad passed away, I would cry and I would pray, and then I would just come right out of it. It's not, because I have my ups and downs, just like anybody else, but I really feel that there is so much negativity and so much going on in each of our lives that there's got to be positive coming out somewhere. And I'm hoping to just throw that to people, that maybe one of them will catch on to something and gain some kind of positivity from it, or something, positive, that will make them smile.
Even, I don't know if too many people know this, but you're even my realtor.
Yes.
For a particular transaction, and we looked at some interesting places, and you were always positive about it. I'm like, what is she talking about? Like, this place is a dump, or the layout's like weird, and you're coming up with weird. Okay, well, she made me feel better about that, but we really got to go somewhere else, because So I think
try to find it.
You have to, and I struggle with that sometimes. I think we all do. Maybe that's I do. I would say that if you're having a little struggle, you probably need a little more Tina in your life.
Aw, thanks, Corey.
Yeah. See, now I feel like you get the flowers. Wait, these were your flowers, weren't they? They weren't from me.
But, and for the record, the flowers are going to go out to people in the community and friends and things like that. So that way I can hopefully,
see Corey walking around with a big vase of flowers for a while. They were for me.
Hand them out. Give some
or
to
I'm
the
just taking
staff.
them and
No, you made me think of something and then it slipped my mind. I think that just trying to find the positive in life, especially when we're down and out. I worked at a detention center as a teacher, really hard. But I did realize once I left there, the kids were happy. I mean, they're in, it's called jail. Yeah. And they were happy to be able to have a bit of positivity, even though they were in jail. They knew that's what I was striving to give to them. And I liked that they saw that. Because we all know that some teenagers really don't recognize those things that other people are trying to actually do for them, especially when they're in something like that. So that helped out, So we just want to try to be happy, right? Right, Brussels sprout. We just want to be happy and make people smile. That's what I was going to say. I like to do goofy things. I like to just, if I think somebody needs a smile, I will do something goofy, even if it's like stupid goofy.
Right. Well, even if it's an awkward situation, too. That's how I do it. If I feel a little uncomfortable, I'm telling a joke. We're breaking the ice whether you want to or not. You know what I mean? So.
I just laugh because I'm like, what kind of joke, Corey? Who knows? One of my favorite.
You've kept me very appropriate in all of these shows.
Something that was so funny that you said a story about one of your boys that decided to become a vegetarian after you went to the store and probably spent, I don't know, was it $50 worth of meat?
Yeah.
Lunch meat. He
Yeah,
said
I don't eat anymore. What?
He said he had the meat sweats because he had to eat up all the meat. It was the most unexpected thing I had ever thought to come out of your mouth. I laughed so hard because I didn't know what meat sweats were until just like right before that. And so when you said that, and it was kind of funny because you don't want all that meat to go to waste. Now you don't eat meat.
Now
lunch
it's
meat.
even worse. Like, okay, so that was a few years ago, and then all of a sudden, like, you don't want anything to go to waste.
No.
Natalie my wife started making me go to the grocery store because when she would come home, and I'd be like, how did you spend $300 at the grocery store? She's like, well, you just need to try it. And now it's like, yes. But again, that goes back to you can't waste anything. And no, I don't buy deli meat when I go to the store.
No.
No, it's like packaged processed stuff. I'm sorry. That's like,
right, yeah.
You know?
You buy the fresh stuff and
it still give you the meat sweats if it's processed or not processed. I'm just saying.
No matter what, it does.
Speaking of positive, so I'm hearing this dog snort over here.
Yes.
The puppy.
She's thirsty.
10-week-old Shih Tzu, and the smush faces always sound like they're.
Oh, is that what it is?
Like
She's doing really good. We were playing on the floor, and she did really, really up for adoption.
Brussels sprout. I think he's.
Oh, he? I thought it was she. I didn't pay any attention.
I don't even. I was handed to like. Well,
I'm
you're going
sorry.
to see Tina. You're going to see Tina. Here's. I was getting
I thought she. I don't know why, but
I don't know.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It's family friendly. Check and see if
I
it's a boy or girl.
I did boy.
Is it a boy?
Yeah.
All right. It's
Buddy,
boy.
I'm sorry, dear. Sorry.
That one. I think Brussels sprouts spoken for. I was just kind of like throwing a dog, not literally thrown, but throwing a dog like, hey, you're going to see Tina. You should take this. And then when I realized that they brought me a Shih Tzu, and I was like, oh, this is right in her wheelhouse.
That's right. Yeah, because Sage just made her debut a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, so she did well.
And he reminds me of her.
She's kind of crazy, so I was impressed with.
Right?
Yeah.
Didn't she do really good? It was like she belonged here. She knew.
Absolutely.
I think she knew I was coming here today, too.
So, speaking of good news, I haven't told you. You haven't seen it. I haven't even sent you pictures. So the Humane Society got our new mobile unit that's been like in the works for a while.
Nice.
So imagine a custom C-Class RV with a surgery suite, the ability for us to do adoption units. So we're going to start kind of debuting that thing around Lancaster and Fairfield County.
Nice.
At some different events. So I thought that would be, like I've been celebrating that. That was an awesome achievement. Helped along by a couple donors of ours. And I thought, no one knows about it. It's been sitting at the Humane Society and no one's really said anything.
Really?
So to debut it on your 200th episode, I thought that was pretty cool.
Thank you very much. So heard first here.
You did.
Yay! So your mobile unit, what's it going to do then? Just go around and be able to do those things?
So different events we'll probably get into. So we've already been speaking to some of the assisted living places in the county where their residents are allowed to have pets, but it's hard for them to get the pets to the vet. So we've discussed doing some resident pet wellness days so we can come bring the vet to them.
Nice.
We do our TNR program for the stray cats. So every so often, and I say this as, with all the love in the world, you run into the crazy cat lady that has 30 or 40. It's going to make it more efficient for us. So as opposed to trying to trap all of those cats and then transport them to the Humane Society to get them fixed, we can bring the mobile unit to that location and have that done. So,
well, I think that's pretty awesome, and that's huge. From me knowing you from the very beginning, even to now, where you are, you have just made such great strides, and I think that is awesome. Because when people are donating to you, that's because they believe in what you're doing, and that is awesome. I mean, that's just, it's great. It's great. So you can't go anywhere for a long time.
Yeah.
Nope, he can't go anywhere, can you? Brussels sprout.
Probably won't, especially when you keep bringing me flowers and I keep bringing you dogs.
That's right. Our friendship will remain and continue to be the same for the hopefully 300th episode. And I don't know if I can do 300 roses. I don't know about that. We'll have to just see.
That is a
That's
lot.
a lot of roses, but maybe balloons. Somebody suggested balloons. Could you imagine 200 balloons in here? I'm like, I couldn't even get balloons in my car like that. It would have to be several trips or a big, huge caravan of some type. And
We can do 200 dogs and cats. We'd probably have to do that on location. I don't think you want that.
let's not do that.
Yeah, not in the
I'm
studio.
good. I love them, but no.
No.
One is almost scary.
Ooh, you need to come. Yeah, I think you should come do October
mind is
16th.
going.
Yes, I'm sorry.
The
Like
wheels
we already talked. We don't script anything out, so it's just all flying out. October 16th is National Feral Cat Day. We have decided to set a Guinness World Record for the most cat spay and neuters for that day. See, I'm rolling this out too. I don't even have all
That's
the
very
details
exciting,
together,
but
and I'm
it'll
throwing
happen,
out there.
because it'll happen.
It's
right?
going to
It'll
happen. We already have 5 or 6 doctors on board, so we're literally going to
feral
be
cats.
trapping, fixing. We'll have probably some family-owned cats there too, but we're gonna do a big spay and neuter day where our goal is to fix 300 in one day. So
300.
yeah.
Holy
Can you
cow.
imagine? So maybe
Brussels
we
sprout, that's a
maybe
lot
we
of
need to come and get some
cats.
footage of that, and then we can talk about it a year from now or however long on your 300th episode.
That sounds like a couple years. Usually a couple
Do you remember
when
when we fixed all these cats?
and help the community, because
Right.
it does a lot.
You
of
fix
good when
300
do that.
cats, it saves thousands,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So-
yeah, we've done the numbers before. Corey, anything
Can you
else?
be positive on that with 300 cats around? That will test your positivity.
Positive that is a lot of cats.
That is-
That's
you
my
be positive about
positivity.
that, yeah.
The positivity of that. All right. Well, Corey,
You
thank
have
you
to be
so
there.
much for
You're
always
welcome.
being a support too. You have supported my show from the beginning. That's another thing they have, and they bring me puppies, and we have a lot of fun on the show. And I really think that, yeah, couldn't do without having part of Corey being a part of it, right?
I agree.
Right? Of course he agrees.
Agreed.
Anything else?
I don't think so. It's your moment.
My moment.
It's your moment.
My moment.
I'm sorry I wasn't
200
the
episodes.
best interviewer.
Oh my goodness, no, you wouldn't. I
I'm
didn't
on,
expect you to. If I thought of that, I would have asked you, hey, what questions do you have for me? However, we're going to play a game. It was the very first game that we played on the very first episode, and we're going to test your knowledge about me.
Oh, see?
Again, and see if in the last
I said all these nice things
200
about
episodes,
you, and then you're going to
if
give me
he's ever
trivia.
learned anything about that. We'll see where he is today with
Okay.
that. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to have some fun, because I'm also going to have some of those past episodes, and we're also going to do a little memorial for a couple of those guests that I've had that have passed on. So they were special guests. It's Downhill with Tina. We'll be right back.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Dagger Law has more than 110 years of experience in nearly every aspect of the law. When we're not just helping clients, we're helping the community. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and around town, because we live and work here too. We are your neighbors, and we want to help you when you need it. When we help each other, we're stronger. Our community is stronger. Creating a strong, vibrant, healthy, and safe community is everyone's responsibility, and we take the responsibility seriously. We are local, we are trusted, we are experienced.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. On my very first episode, I had Corey Schoonver from the Fairfield Area Humane Society. We've been friends also for quite some time. From the beginning, it was actually when I was doing radio that we first started that relationship of professional and friendship. And so we are going to just do a little bit of Tina trivia and ask Corey some questions to see if he knows the answers. And if he does not know, then he'll have to spin and then click, and then he can ask me a question about him, and I will feel so stupid if he asks me some of these questions because I don't even know. Oh, that, yeah. So anyways, so my first question to Corey is, okay, did I go to college?
Man, no.
Okay, that was right. Okay, no, I did not. Some, but didn't graduate, I guess I should say.
Yeah,
okay.
you had to be more specific.
Yeah, I did.
So knowing you went to the military.
Okay. Do you know what branch of the military I was in?
In the Army.
Yes. Okay, I am going to be in trouble if he asks me questions and I do not, because that means that I have to spin, and that's how many clicks I have to do. So you know how many kids I have?
Yes, 2.
How many dogs have I adopted from the Humane Society?
How many dogs have you adopted from the Humane Society? 0.
2.
2.
Okay, I'll just make you spin. We don't have a whole lot of time, so you just spin once. Just spin once.
That's the question I get wrong. That's just so, like,
it's been
it doesn't even spin.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, well, you got a 1, so you should, or a 3.
I got
you
a
get?
4.
A 4, so you have to click 4 times. Or do you want me to go first? That wasn't fair.
I no, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yep.
He is not ready for this.
What do I got to do? You got to give me this
so
thing?
I have to give you that. Did you want to leave it on here?
I don't.
And you have to click it.
If you ask Josh, this is why you script stuff.
Right.
What am I? I forget how this works.
You turn it.
I spin it?
Yeah, but you got to put your head in there.
Yeah.
Put your head in there.
Oh.
I didn't know it was going to be a first time.
I don't have any tissues. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna eat it off my face anyway.
At least
but I'm actually agitated right now.
Wait, I'm sorry.
No,
why?
don't.
Why are you agitated?
Here you go.
You did this to me. Let's keep doing it.
Even I don't know if I want to lick it off your face. Oh, that's further in my eye. So, I'm trying to think positive Tina right now.
He's so mad at me. Okay.
Oh, it's worse. Like what?
I thought it was going to be me again.
Everyone that knows me, I don't like to get dirty. I really don't.
It was me last time. We are going to be back with some of the things that have happened in the last 200 episodes, folks. 199 episodes. It's Down Home with Tina.
I really like Fairfield County because we're just a great mix. We're not so isolated that we don't have resources, but we're also small enough that it's a real community. And I will say that I don't think I've ever seen or worked in a place where so many partners in the community come together and are truly collaborative.
I've been working in Fairfield County for over 20 years, and I've had a variety of positions within the county. Being a smaller county, I've been able to get to know the service agencies better and people that work within that. So I've always had those opportunities to be creative, to think out of the box. And through those collaborations, we've been able to really build some wonderful programming for the youth and families.
I think that everybody is really community-minded, and they're really focused on, within the system of mental health care, they're really focused on getting people access to the care that they need and making sure that we're serving the people in Fairfield County.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. and you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. Folks, it's my 200th episode, and I'm going to try to not get emotional because when I first started out in radio, it was a gift given to me by God. And I've always seen it as a blessing that made me and the people that I met and the experiences that I had to get to be able to do the show that I do today and do the best that I can to bring positivity to you. I get emotional because I have had amazing people in my life to help me get to where I am. And I always say I kind of took the long route, but guess what? I'm doing it and I'm living my dream, and this is part of it. And you all help make that dream come true. So some of the wonderful people that I have, and there are so many of them, but that I wanted to highlight and just mention today was Anna. Anna's a beautiful young woman that I was so blessed to get to interview and talk to and highlight her birthday during the episode. Speaking of birthdays, another young man who I met him on his birthday every year in December. He loves to give back in the community, and it just so happened that my dad, when he was in the hospital in the last days of his life, was given a blanket from Cyrus that I didn't even know the young man until after. And there are amazing kids in this community that I've just been so, again, blessed to get to know and talk with. Also, being that I've met so many wonderful people in the community, I have been able to do different nonprofits or like raise things through nonprofits. And so I got to do Hunter the Teddy Bear, which the relationship that I had built with the Lancaster Police Department years ago. And then from that, I got to join and be a part of the Lancaster Citizen Police Academy Alumni Association. And now in the law enforcement and first responders are able to give out teddy bears to children when they are out on a call that has any kind of domestic or trauma to a child that makes them feel a little more comforted and stuff. So also, I'm just trying to be Elvis. I had the Elvis impersonator on, Todd Berry, not long ago here for, he did something for the Friday Night Bandstand and performed there.
If you can come around, well, at least please telephone. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true.
So many wonderful, great things going on in our community, and again, I'm so grateful and thankful to be able to do my 200th episode. I certainly hope that you have enjoyed it. Before I get out of here, a couple of fellas who have passed away that I had as guests in the past was Bill Venrick, a great guy, knew so much about history, written books. He wrote about the Southern Correctional Institution. I don't know the names right offhand, I can't remember, but a few different books. He has passed on, as well as my World War II veteran, who he was 99 and then turned 100 this year. He passed away a good couple of months ago, and it's just an honor once again to get to know the people that we have that deserve to be highlighted. If you know of anybody that deserves to be highlighted and you would like for them to be, let me know. Send me an email. Just downhomewithtina@gmail.com. Thank you so much. God bless. And until we meet again, and I hope that you'll be with me along for the ride for the next 100 episodes, it is Down Home with Tina. God bless and good day.